Well, hey everyone, welcome. Midweek Live, middle of the week, middle of your day. My name is Kim and I have Jacqueline here with me today. I'm so excited. We sat like a while ago.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, over a month ago for sure. And talked about this moment. And then, I don't know, time and I got sick and all kinds of stuff happened. But anyway, we're here now and I'm so excited about having this conversation. I was excited when we sat down for coffee.
Right.
I just loved that time together. Next week, I'm going to have a guest by the name of Regina. You've met her before. Regina's been on before, so one of my really good friends. But I bring her up because she's the main reason why you and I met.
Yes, she is.
And one of the things I absolutely love about Regina is that ability to just see someone across the room and just be like, I'm going to go say hi.
Yes.
Meet so-and-so. Like, what are you up to? Come sit with me. She's so inviting, and I'm so grateful for her, and I'm so grateful that I get a chance now to really kind of know you now and know a bit of your story, and I'm excited to help tell that today.
Awesome.
Yeah? Okay, so tell me, were you raised in church?
Actually, no.
Okay.
My parents, I wasn't raised in a church. My parents didn't really go to church. When I got a little bit older, I would say probably in high school,
Okay.
they joined a Mormon church.
Oh, okay.
Their goal was to hook me up with a missionary and have me become a Mormon.
Okay.
Spirit said different.
What-
It
what-
wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. But when I say I wasn't, my immediate family, we weren't brought up in the church growing up as youth. But as we got older, they tried to go to the Mormon church.
Yeah.
But I was the one kid out of all my siblings that would always go and visit the South. I loved to go to Arkansas.
Okay.
So my church background would be the South.
Okay.
And I was there in everything. Choir rehearsal all summer. I was involved in everything. So growing up in the church would be a yes and no.
A yes.
A
and
yes
no.
in the ancestor side or the background, but a no with my parents as
Right.
far as.
Right.
But and also, I come from my background of ministers on my father's side.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like phenomenal. I have my uncle who passed away, Dr. Jacqueline Wesley. He was the founder of Antioch Missionary Baptist Church
Wow.
in Dallas, Texas, and
Wow.
it's over 5,000 members.
Whoa.
And my cousin, his son, has taken over that church. And I have many. Our history goes way back.
Wow.
To my great grandfather, who was
Wow.
the judge of one of the little small towns in
Okay.
Arkansas, pastor there.
Uh-huh.
So many pastors. I have 3 cousins that are
Yeah.
pastor,
Yeah.
2 uncles.
Why do you think your own family, your own immediate mom and dad didn't?
I think my dad had his own way. He would sit and watch the videos
Okay.
of my uncle who made videos. He
Right.
didn't go, I'm not sure exactly. I want to say, well, I could tell you this. My dad left the Mormon church because of church behavior
Okay.
and because he was not happy with some of the things he discovered.
Okay.
And I did get to talk to him about that a few years back, and he said something just didn't sit right with him.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, I didn't know enough to really talk to him, but it was the truth.
Yeah.
You can't deny
Yeah.
the truth of the
Yeah.
Word of God. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what it was.
Wow.
But yeah, so I don't really know. I think it was their lifestyle. We all have a past.
Oh, for sure.
We all have a background. We
Yeah.
all used to party or
Yeah.
have some things
Yeah.
going on in our life that
Yeah.
Christ was not first. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah.
So when did Christ become first for you then?
Well, I remember one night I was getting dressed, going out with my girlfriend.
Uh-huh.
We were going out to party. And my daughter says to me, she says, Mom, I can't wait to get older so I can go out to the nightclub and party just like you.
Oh man.
That ruined my night, but okay. So that Sunday I was like, nah, this is it. We're not, no more nightclub. We got to go to church. So I started taking them to church, and that's when I, joined the church and started bringing my girls up in the way of the Lord. And, but that was not the moment when I felt like I have truly entered into a relationship with God. Because, you can go to church, join church, and be in and
yes.
out of church, different churches, and
Yes.
here and there,
You can attend.
You can attend, that's right. But it was when I moved to Stockton, California, actually, which was only probably 6 years ago.
Wow.
I transferred up there for a job.
Okay.
And I was treated so horrible. I was treated terrible by the supervisor, the staff, everybody. And it was intimidation, I found out. It was intimidation, it was jealousy, because when I came with knowledge. People can be intimidated by that.
Absolutely.
And so the only person I had there was me and God.
Yeah.
And I tell you, we became very close. I joined a church up there, which was a nice-sized church. It was a pretty good church. Progressive was the name of it, Community Church. And I tell you, it kind of reminds me a little bit of NorthPointe, the way they have things set up. And I started growing there. And when I was going through what I was going through up there, I tell you, Kim, it's an experience you can never forget. It's like God was there with me in the room daily and taking me through the steps. And I'd pray and, just ask him to guide me. And every morning I woke up, it was something happening where God was shifting things to work in my favor. And I ended up back in Kalinga State Hospital, back working there, and got my same job, got married, everything. I don't know about the marriage part, but yeah, got married. And everything. And it just worked out perfect. So that's when my relationship with God changed.
Yeah. I would agree. I would say, I for even myself, the times that you're right. You can attend, you can go through the motions, you can come. I mean this in a very nice way. You can be a warm body.
Oh, yeah.
But to let the Lord capture your heart to the point of, and it happens in the moment that you're talking about, where you must rely on him. There, you have run out of yourself, run out of options. You just are at the end of you. And the Lord picks you up in those moments and really teaches you more about who he is. And there's a reliance. There's sort of a dependence on him.
Right.
And
Definitely.
it absolutely grows. And I'll tell you what, it should stay. Hopefully, our effort is to stay in that place, even in good, right? To take that with you, even when things improve, that you don't forget what got you to the improved places.
That's
and
true.
It's that reliance on the Lord.
That's true.
How would you say knowing Jesus changed you?
It's still changing me daily. Some of the way you walk, the way I talk, it's really helping me with patience.
Yeah.
I'm one who really will voice my opinion. Or actually, not so much just voice my opinion, but I will tell you the truth. If you don't want to hear the truth, don't ask me. But I will tell you the truth. And I'm learning now how to tell the truth to someone without being hurtful. And that's nothing but God, because I'm so direct. That's my Father in me. I'm just direct, tell you how I feel and what needs to change. And that's changed for me, But
the Lord convicts you in the way of saying, hey, it's speaking truth in love.
In love. And so many scriptures I read and popped up, love. Watch the tongue. The tongue will kill or it can build up.
My very favorite
verse.
It
has to, it's how you use it.
Yes.
And so I think that has shown me. And then just coming to NorthPointe, I mean, it just changed my life.
Yeah.
I was going to a church here in Fresno for a while. I felt the difference. And I was praying. I didn't feel, you can go to church every day, go to church and attend all the meetings and be the leader of this or do that. But if you don't feel peace within yourself or you feel like you're just doing it and going through the motions, you're not there. And so I wasn't there. So every day I would drive past NorthPointe. I don't know if I'm going a little too far.
No, you're right on top.
Every day I would drive by NorthPointe when I get off my van pool, coming from Kalinga. And at this time, I was still praying, God, please just show me, because I don't feel like I'm growing. I don't feel like I can really express who I am, who you have created me to be, or you're creating me to be at this church.
Yeah.
I get I'm held back a lot by, and I want to know more truth. I had to learn more truth too.
You wanted more growth.
Yeah, yes.
You wanted more leadership.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And so I would drive by NorthPointe, and I said, my, it's always something going on over there.
This place is hopping.
Yeah. And then when we had the COVID hit, I still saw things going on. I'm like, that's my kind of church. We don't give up. We don't give in. We just keep on pushing. And I just was excited about it. I said, I have to go see. I have to go see.
Yeah.
And so one of the girls on my van pool, Stephanie, love her to death, I was telling her about NorthPointe, and I needed a new church because I felt like I had gotten to the point, I kid you not, where I didn't even want to pray. I didn't want to read my Bible. My dad had just died in 2020, and I was just totally separating.
Wow. You were heartbroken.
And I didn't feel like I had support that I should have had. But I needed more support. I wanted to be with people that were praying for people. Yeah. People that were, and this church does nothing else. They pray. We pray for each other. Yeah. My morning groups with Cindy and Shane. And I started out going to the morning group with the women here at the 6:30 group.
Monday one,
And, I was just blown away with the prayer. But, just passing by here every day, God was leading me. He was leading me. I was just, okay, I will. And so that one Sunday, I just stopped in. And when I got here, I honestly am more of a laid-back, kind of quiet person and not really outspoken.
Okay.
I've grown out of that. The Spirit has changed that totally. I walked in here and I looked and I came in and I just went to service. I was kind of thrown off because it's totally different from what I'm used to and what I grew up with.
I'm sure.
And the churches I've been to. It was dark inside. And I said, it's awful dark in here, But I said, you learn later that that's all because of worshiping. Yeah. That's what true worship is. It's not about to see who comes in, who goes out, and who's in the audience and what's going on. It's to worship God.
Distraction free.
And I was like, wow, okay. But I didn't understand that the first day. I'm like, I can't see my Bible. It's too dark in here, and I need some light. What's around me, And then I said, okay, that's strike number one. See, I came in looking for strikes.
Okay.
But I went out
for sure.
with questions.
Okay.
And so I said, okay, because I say went in looking for strikes because people around you who don't understand will put things in your head.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
They will put things in your head. Oh, you're not going over there. That's not the church for you.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. I'm going wherever God sends me, and this is where he sent me. And so I got here that day that I went outside, and when I went outside, I just started greeting people and saying hello and just kind of pushing myself to do this, which is really not my character.
Yeah.
But that's what the Spirit was doing. It wasn't me. Because if it was me, I would have walked in and walked out and went home.
Yeah.
But it was the Spirit leading me to push and to be more open and to say hello. And everybody just kind of received me. So it was the same. Hello, how are you? And I'm like, I think I'll go back. Okay. So I went back the next time I came back. I think I joined the core class and did all that. And when Shane presented that core class and answered all the questions that I had was kind of worried about, that was it. I signed the dotted line. I'm here. I love it. And I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
And it will grow.
Yeah.
It will grow.
Yeah.
So, I liked what he said about women ministry because, of course, Southern Baptists or growing up in some churches, they tell you women can't be ministers.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Shane probably thought I was kind of a little delirious or crazy because I started crying, like, oh, because he's like, wow, it really put an impact on me because it's what my heart desired. And where I wasn't receiving that.
Yeah.
They were telling me women can't minister.
Yeah.
Women shouldn't minister.
Yeah.
Women need to stay here or stay in a place. Oh, no.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No,
I said,
hear you.
oh, no, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I think I was telling you, gosh, did you see, Emma Sayha just became, our junior high pastor, and
Yes.
just how exciting,
Yeah.
all of that is and has been to just see that taking place. I remember telling you, thank you. I think I started crying. I think I might start crying again. Hopefully I will not. But I told you thank you for coming and for staying. And because I just think that our church should it should reflect the kingdom of heaven.
Yes,
And
yes.
And that's everyone.
Yes.
And so it has just brightened my day to just see that become more of a reality here, and I'm so hopeful for what's to come. I know that's made an impact on me. I know that makes an impact on others. What kind of impact did it make on you staying? And
I don't regret any part of it. I'm so happy I stayed. Honestly, it's been nothing but growth for me. As far as the environment, I see growth. I see it's changing. It's not on our time. It's on God's time.
Amen.
And so, we just do what we're supposed to do, and they'll come to us. So it kind of reminds you of that that baseball movie with the field of dreams.
If you build it, they will come. Yes.
So and then also I think I think I had expressed to you earlier that by doing things like this, or even the other ministries or the other things that we're doing, to help cultural diversity and help understand the difference, it's going to make a big difference.
Yes.
And some of, like I said, all of us come from different cultures and different backgrounds and different type of churches.
Yeah.
So you cannot deny this is God's way right here.
Yes.
And so if you're doing it God's way, there's no way we're going to fail.
Yeah.
It's going to build.
Yes.
It's going to build.
Yeah.
So,
well, and I know what you mean, because you're referring a lot about Be the Bridge, which is a great ministry that happens here. Talks a lot about just standing in the gap of understanding, embracing the different experiences people have. We just did the Black experiences in the church, that Be the Bridge Forum. They're going to be doing another one in August, I believe. And really, like I was telling you before we started, I want to be having these conversations. I want for us to be okay with being a little uncomfortable. I know Emma Ilori, one of our Be the Bridge leaders, talks about that all the time, right? Get comfortable with being uncomfortable, I think is one of the terms she likes to use. And what uncomfortable means is just that we're stepping into some places that feel like, oh, I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to say anything wrong. I don't want to, and it's like, okay, your hesitation could keep you from doing something that the Lord wants you to do.
it's true.
And so we step out in boldness, the same way that, Esther stepped out in boldness, right? Just trusting that the Lord is going to provide, and he's going to open the door, and it's going to be fine. But we could choose. There's an option too to just go, no, I'm just going to ignore that.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm just going to not. That's okay. I'm good, because I'm comfortable right here. And so it's been really eye-opening, and it's been exhilarating at the same time, exciting, exhilarating, but scary. I'd be lying if I didn't say that it's not scary. That, even like this morning, it's like, oh, Lord, just go before us, please. Like, just, man, speak through us, Lord. Just speak in this conversation.
Yes.
Let your name be glorified. Let us remember that you are leading us, and you're leading our words, and you're leading us as a people, that we wouldn't forget that. And like you said, you can't go wrong if you have that leadership.
Yes.
Was there anything you experienced that you didn't expect to experience at NorthPointe?
Yeah. Yeah. I remember the first time I attended one of the women's gatherings.
Yeah.
and I didn't know what to expect. I had no idea what to expect, but I'm going to try it anyway, because at the other church I used to go to, I was the leader for the women.
Okay.
And I felt like this could grow if we were in it, if our heart were in it, and if we would reach out to other women and be a part of other women, invite them and do things like that. So when I walked in, I was just blown away at the amount of women that participated, that showed up, that supported one another. You know, I saw some of the women from the morning prayer group, and I mean, I was just blown away. And then I sat there by myself at one of the tables, and I said, I'm just going to sit and observe.
Yeah.
Just watch a little, see what's going on.
That's probably something
So I was
would
still
do.
in my watch stage, you know.
Yeah.
And Regina, the one you're going to talk to next week, she came over to me. She approached me and she said hello.
Yeah.
And introduced herself and was talking to me like a sister, like somebody I've been knowing for years.
Yep.
And I'm like, I don't even know this lady, but she is really like my friend right now. So she talked to me. She sat there for a while with me. But even with Regina coming over, hanging out with me, it was other sisters that walked up to me and were just, come with us, come with our family, come hang out with
sit
us.
Down over here.
I'm like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And that wasn't going to fly.
No,
that wasn't going to fly. That's love right there. And so Regina had to go sing. And then this other family that was sitting next to me, they're like, you're not going to sit there by yourself. Come on over here. They grabbed my chair and everything. And so
you didn't have a choice. They started grabbing your stuff.
I didn't have a choice, but you know what? That was a good thing. That was a good thing. And ever since then, I haven't missed a gathering, and I love it.
Yeah.
And that was my eye-opener and breaking point, to see these women supporting one another.
Did it feel like they were fighting for you? I think of that moment.
I didn't even think about that.
But it was like I could I'm picturing in my head, and I'm hearing you going, no, I'm fine. Because you're kind of going like, well, I don't need your pity or whatever, like I'm good. But they were like, no. We see you, and we are choosing you to be a part at this table. And that is like a biblical love, right? Like that's a God love.
Yes.
No. You don't get to. No. You're coming.
Yeah. I really didn't.
Oh, that's
feel
sweet
that
you think you have a choice here.
I thought it was just the sweetest thing ever. I didn't even look at it like they just did not. It just didn't feel right in their spirit to see me there by myself. And we don't want our sisters and brothers alone. So that's, I think.
Yeah, I think we should break. Our heart should break for the same things that the Lord's heart breaks over, right? He doesn't want you sitting by yourself.
No. And worshiping and praying together is more, so it was good. But that was the eye-opener. And then joining some of the small groups. Yeah. And I have one group that I'm with right now that we've been together since our first women Bible study group. Wow. And we kind of just carried on. Love them to death. I mean, I tell you, we do lunch together, we do coffee together, we go, and if one of us need a prayer, we're on it.
I love it.
Yes, I can't say enough.
Well, we talk a lot about community and belonging. Do you feel like this is something that we're not just saying? Do you feel like this is something as a church that we are... It's not just a slogan or something we're trying to like entrap people with, but we are really trying to be very intentional about.
I tell you this, I went to lunch with a friend of mine, Sylvia. She was from the small group. She's from the small group that I'm with. We were sitting there having lunch at Panera Bread, and we were just talking, and I was talking so much about NorthPointe and just a guy who came he's doing deliveries, and he stopped, and he said to me, "You really love your church?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I hope you are doing something like ushering or just, ministering to people or something, because the way you talk about the church, I mean, it's just phenomenal. And you should be if you're not, because you love your church. What church is it?" And then I said, "NorthPointe." He said, "Oh, I know that church, and I know that pastor. You are right." So I'm like, I mean, I can't say enough about it.
Wow.
And he was just passing by and hearing our conversation. And
Absolutely.
you need to be upfront, he
Yeah.
tells me. And that's kind of been like something on my mind, is being more upfront and being more. And like I told you, when he told me women pastors, that was it for me. I'm like, I'm here.
Yeah.
This is where I'm going to be.
Yeah.
But leader forum or some kind of leadership.
Yeah.
He said it. He said,
Yeah.
I said, boy, you just really gave me confirmation, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
But yeah.
I love it. Changing gears a bit, this Sunday is Juneteenth. What impact has Juneteenth had on your life? Like, when I think of Juneteenth for me, I feel like it was something that I read about in history, but it was not something that, as a nation, we spent a whole lot of time putting effort or words to.
Not at all.
So that's my perspective. What is yours?
And it's definitely not something that they teach us growing up, because me, even as an African American, I didn't know a lot about Juneteenth until I became an adult.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But it just signifies freedom for me. And it's hard for me for Juneteenth because that's the day I buried my dad.
Oh, gosh.
But when we buried him on that day, it felt like freedom.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize.
I just felt like the two went hand in hand. But when I think of Juneteenth, it's a celebration for our freedom. It's, that's what comes to my mind.
Does it feel good to celebrate openly? Like, I think of, we're going to talk about it in pre-service. I know it's on my mind, as well as Father's Day, and I know other things are, but to be intentional about this day, does that, I mean, is it, you're like, again, this is one of those, like, you're worried, you don't want to offend, like it's that weird place of like, but is it ours to be excited about with you? Like, is that helpful? Is it helpful?
For me personally,
Yeah.
I just feel like it's not something that we need to just blow up. That's just me. I think our kids need to know. We need to educate our children, and what we didn't know in the past, they can know now, because we could teach them cultural behavior, how to interact with various cultures. It just teaches us history of what other cultures went through.
Yeah.
And Juneteenth is something that I think is more, I want to say, personal to the African American culture, because that's something that that's when we received what we received, our freedom. So
does it feel good to celebrate together, though, or does it feel like it should be something
it's not something I truly celebrate. Okay. Well, of course, I lost my dad and I buried him on that day, but it's not, I mean, I go to the parades.
Yeah.
I participate in stuff like that, but
feels a little different for you.
Yeah, everybody's different.
Yeah.
I mean, some people are just like,
yes.
What do you call, civil rights leaders and love to do that kind of. But I'm more of a recognition.
I was gonna say,
I recognize it. I understand
gonna say, is acknowledgement.
Yeah, and I want my grandkids to know about it and teach others about it. I don't. But when we talk about Martin Luther King Day or something like that, we want to celebrate. we want to recognize it. Things like that. There's all kind of cultural, actually, holidays. We have a day, it's called Swedish Day.
Okay.
And it's for African American. People don't know about that either.
No.
So I wouldn't expect everybody to try to be on every holiday, that understand every holiday that we have.
Yeah. Well, when is that one?
February, I think.
Okay.
It is in February, I think.
Okay.
See, I don't want to say the wrong month, but I know it's called Sweetest Day or Sweetest Day or something like that. So there's other things. Yeah.
I love it.
But Juneteenth is a day of celebration. It is, like I said, they do the parades and do all that, but it just, for me, it's just freedom. Just understanding our roots and what we've been through.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're better when we understand where we've been, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it makes others better when they try to understand what we've gone through.
Yeah.
And you know what? If you really think about it, I was watching, I'm a PBS lover.
Oh, okay, yeah.
PBS. I was watching how Asians, when they came to America, what they went through. Asian, and that's why I'm like, it's everybody. It's
Yeah.
not just
Yeah.
African Americans.
Yeah.
Diversity, it's everybody.
Yeah.
And here at NorthPointe, I see the growth, not just African Americans. We want to see all cultures and understand each other. But
Amen. I love it. Yes. Thank you for going hard places, for
Yeah.
sharing some of that. I didn't know about your father, and I imagine that just brings a whole different level for you on that day.
on that day, yeah, I try.
Yeah.
I just feel the two went hand in hand,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. For sure.
yeah, but
Thank you for sharing, for being honest and open, and I have just loved getting to know you,
Yeah.
and I can't wait for more opportunities, and of course, seeing you on Sundays or the days you can't make it and you're online with our online people. I absolutely adore you, and I'm just so excited to see what the Lord has for you while you're here, and man, that we would just keep loving each other and having these conversations. Thank you for being willing. It takes two
Yes.
participants, right, to be willing to do this, for sure. And I'm grateful for it, and I recognize that.
Thank
So,
you. Thank you. I am so happy to be here. I mean, I think God did a good thing. He everything he does is good.
Amen.
And leading me to NorthPointe was a good thing.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Guys, I'm going to put some links in there for like the video we talked about, the Black experiences in church. I'm going to make sure that you guys have that. And of course, the next forum, I believe, is going to be in August. I don't know that we have an exact date on that, but be on the lookout for it. And guys, we're just excited about Sunday, always excited about an opportunity to gather together, the people of church, the
Most
people
definitely.
of the Lord. And share this, talk about it. Let's just keep moving forward and loving each other the way Jesus does. And we'll see you guys on Sunday. Have a good one.
Right.